Warning: viewers' discretion is advised as this may contain mature or triggering content. Story prompt: Rumors. Title: Guarded by Lies. Prince Alden, you need to seriously take in the words I speak. Your father will not wait much longer for you to try and find someone you love. I heard him talking about arranging you with the daughter of Duke Burton. Alden flinched at the name. Abigail Burton, a woman with high social status. He had once thought the woman to be kind and beautiful. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Instead, she was obsessed with him and hurt any other woman who tried getting near him, which was why he was in this current situation. Did father have anyone else in mind? He glanced at Matthew, his personal guard and attendant. There was one, the youngest daughter of Duke Hadfreeze. Ah, Arabella Hadfreeze. She's the angel of the social world, but what about her older sister? I know there are some bad rumors around her, but she's the oldest and my age. I know Arabella is only 2 years younger than I, but I would rather marry someone my age. Matthew nodded. I know, but Stella Hadfreeze isn't a good match for someone like you. I'm honestly surprised the Duke and Duchess haven't kicked her from the family yet. Alden frowned. Surely they're only rumors. She isn't as horrible as everyone claims. My dear friend, I hope you listened to me and those rumors. Do you know she actually shoved her younger sister to the ground with such force it fractured Arabella's wrist? Really? Matthew nodded. Others saw it. It isn't a rumor. Either way, your father is making sure you meet Arabella and Abigail tonight. Remember, he's holding that party. Alden groaned. So he wasn't just wanting to play around, he's setting up my engagement meetings. Matthew nodded. I only just found out about this being a party for you. I apologize. Alden waved away his apology. It's not your fault. You know how tight-lipped my father's servants are, which is great for him, but really is hard for me to get information from them. They no longer fall for my cute face. Matthew began to chuckle. You were cute? When? I must have missed that in the point of our lives of growing up together. Alden began to laugh. Look who's talking. Hey, I was never cute. Simply devilishly handsome. Yeah, in your dreams perhaps, Alden said with a smirk. Well, I guess I should look presentable for this evening. Matthew frowned. Yeah, no way would your father allow you to skip out on this event. Pretty sure he'd drag you out even if you were dying from fever. That evening, Alden sat next to his father, greeting the people from the noble families as they arrived. The Burton family arrived first, and Abigail's eyes never left Alden's body, making him shiver. Son, on the first dance I want you to ask either Abigail or Arabella. Alden glanced at his father. I don't... Shut up and listen to my order. Those two are the only ones I find suited to be your life partner. Life partner? Like you stayed loyal to Mother? Alden covered his mouth when his father's sharp green eyes turned towards him. Boy, don't you dare mention your mother. Our situation was much different. Alden stood. I need to go get some fresh air, since all of our guests have arrived. I hope that's fine. Alden's father stared at him for a moment before nodding. Just make sure you return for the first song. I will not tolerate another slip-up. Alden nodded before being quick to slip away while Abigail was busy talking to another noble. What I said was true. Just because Mother fell ill, you instantly started sleeping with other women, and then you wonder why she didn't bother fighting to stay alive. You are an asshole, Father, Alden muttered to himself as he stepped out into the cool evening air on the balcony. You know, if you were anyone but the son of the king, you'd be killed for that remark, chuckled a soft voice, making Alden jump. He turned to see a woman with dark blue eyes and long, loose flowing black hair with a navy blue dress. Lady Stella. Alden hadn't expected to meet her out here, but what caught his eye was the man standing next to her holding her hand. I'm sorry, it seems I've disturbed you. Stella smirked. No, not at all. I'd say it would be a major feat of mine if I added the prince to my collection. The man with short silver hair and blue eyes glared at Alden. Stella, you should stop now. Is not the time for you to play this game. You're... Hush, Cecil. We're before the prince. Cecil frowned before looking back at Stella's hand that was in his. but now that Alden noticed, there was blood that ran down Stella's arm. You are hurt? Let me go call someone. Don't bother. Stella's voice was cold. This is why I said we should just leave. This wound is very deep, Stella, the man next to her said. Alden moved closer. Let me see it. I can help you. You don't want... Stella held up her hand. Stop. You are possibly to be engaged to Arabella. Don't get close to me. I don't need your fake kindness, okay? I'm tired of that kind of thing. The music has started. You best head back in now before my younger sister starts wondering where you're at. Alden frowned, taking a step closer. Please leave, Prince Alden, Cecil said as he blocked Alden's path. So this is where you were. It took us long enough to find you. The three of them jumped slightly from the new voice, only to notice they were surrounded by 5 figures cloaked in black. Hey boss, look, it's the eldest daughter of Hasfree as well. 2 in 1. Their leader nodded. Life can't get much better. Grab 'em, boys. Cecil pulled a dagger out, guarding Stella, but there wasn't much room on the balcony, and more of the cloaked figures appeared. Cecil! Stella's scream caught Alden off guard, and then something slammed into the back of his neck, Stella's worried face filling his vision before everything went black. 2 days later. I see you're finally coming to. Alden blinked in confusion. What? He sat up from the bed with a frown, glancing around to find out they were in a small house. Did you kidnap me? Alden shouted, making Stella flinch. No, I don't kidnap people. So you just push them around and break their bones. You expect me to believe that with all the rumors around you? Release me at once. I will have your head. Stella clenched her fist at her side, tears beginning to fall, and Alden felt a stab in his chest. I know the rumors around me, but I don't hurt people for fun. That's my sister's doing. Not that... Stella turned away from Alden, heading back towards the bed where Cecil was resting. Alden frowned. I don't understand. Stella stared at Cecil. You don't need to understand. Try to leave. I can't. Alden frowned as he watched Stella tending to Cecil. The girl who had been smirking and making jokes about adding him to her collection didn't seem to be the same person he saw right now. He stood, heading for the door and trying to open it, but nothing happened. It's been sealed with magic, Alden said with a frown. What's going on? Why did they kidnap you and him along with me? You heard them. I was one of their targets as well. How many days have passed? 2. And he still isn't awake? Alden's question sent Stella into tears again. No, I think one of the blades that cut him was poisoned. I've been cleaning the wound and doing what I can, but... Alden moved over. I'll heal him. A glowing orb formed in Alden's hand before floating and sinking into Cecil's body. I'd say give him about another day of rest. What's our current situation here, though? Well, we seem to have food. None of it seems poisoned, so I don't think their goal is to kill you. Me, perhaps, at a later time, but not you. As for Cecil, I think he was simply in the way, and they know he's a weakness of mine. Alden frowned. So, are the rumors about you true then? Is he one of your pets? Stella shook her head. Don't you dare refer to him as that. He has his own free will and can leave me at any point, though if he does, it'll break my heart. Then why the rumors? My younger sister. She started it all up. People saw me with Cecil, and then my sister set up some random guy to attack me. Of course, people magically came across us, and he played the part of being my pet like he had been paid to by Arabella. I tried pushing him away, which only made it worse. Cecil, in a sense, is my bodyguard. I pay him, though he tells me he doesn't need my money. You love him, don't you? Stella smiled, and it made Alden's heart fall slightly. Here was someone who had been through so much, a gem hidden behind lies, a woman he'd happily marry. But she loved someone else. The good ones are always taken, he muttered, making Stella laugh softly. I could introduce you to someone. She's a bit of a firecracker, but she won't be bullied. Also, you can't tell her I told you this, but she has had a crush on you since you helped her when you were kids. His mind tried remembering such an event, and one girl came to mind. Red hair, blue eyes? Lady Jewel? Stella nodded. Indeed, though her rank is lower than mine, she would make a good match for you. Alden smiled. Last I heard she was training to be a knight. Stella laughed softly. Not training any longer, though no one would hire her but I. Just as she said that, the door burst down. Stella! Red hair flashed by Alden and almost ran over Stella. The tall woman had Stella pressed against her chest. I'm so sorry it took this long. Stella smiled as other people began to fill the room, royal guards included. I take it you led them here as well? Jewel nodded. Yes. At first those buttheads didn't want to believe me. Jewel turned, bowing to Alden. Prince Alden, I hope you don't mind me taking my lady and Cecil to get checked over? Alden smiled, noticing the faint blush on Jewel's face. Not at all. If you don't mind, once you are done with that, could you come to my room to report what you know? Jewel's face grew a bit more red. Yes, of course. Alden glanced over to Stella, who winked at him, a small blush covering his face before he turned to his men. It seemed he had found a possible bride, after all, and there was no way he'd have to worry about Abigail hurting her. Not to mention, he had found her to be cute when they were younger, and now she was stunning. Even if he didn't currently love her, he knew he'd grow to love her. He'd just have to find reasons to keep her close to his side. He had a feeling Stella, the one who had been rumored to be so horrible, would help him achieve such a goal. His thoughts were confirmed when she walked by him. Summon me after having summoned her. She'll certainly be with me, and perhaps Cecil can help get the two of you more alone time. She might be tough, but she is shy, so don't break her heart. Alden nodded with a smile. Thank you, Stella. I'll help you out with your partner if anyone tries to stop you from marrying him. Stella smiled before leaning over to give him a kiss on his cheek. Thank you, Prince Alden. I do hope we can be friends. If you hear rumors about me again, please don't believe them. Alden blushed once more and nodded. I won't. Rumors are only rumors, after all. Besides, I'd rather hear gossip about the person from the person, he said with a small chuckle before they parted ways. The end. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I struggled slightly reading this one because I started coughing up a storm halfway through reading this one, and I about gave up, but I was like, no, I need to get it done. So if there are misspoken parts and whatnot, it's due to me dying halfway through trying to read something. If you haven't, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!